Hey, homie, I'm getting tired of dudes just getting over on the Raza.
Yeah. This is for the Raza. Yeah. This is for the Raza. Yeah. This is for the Raza. Yo soy jefe, patrón, it's the big boss. My cuenta's loaded, it's full of balas. I put it in your face and you won't say nada. About those cholos, you call us what you will. You say we are assassins and children to kill. It's in my blood to be an Aztec warrior. Go to any extreme and hold no barriers. Chicano, and I'm brown and proud. Want this chingazo, Simona, so let's get down. Right now, in the dirt. What's the matter? You afraid you're gonna get hurt? I'm with my homeboys, my ties, my camaradas. Kicking back on mi ganga y pa' mí no diga nada. Yo soy chingón ese, like Al Capone ese. Controla todo, so don't ever try to sweat me. Some of you don't know what's happening, que pasa. It's not for you anyway, cause this is for the Raza. This is for the Raza. This is for the Raza. The foreign tongue I'm speaking is known as Galo. Y sabes que loco, yo soy muy malo. Tú no sabes nada, your brain is hollow. Been hit in the head too many times with a follow. Still you're trying to act cool, but you should know. You're so cool that I'ma call you a culo. You're just a peewee, you can't get none ever. You're on the never. Your own body doesn't back you up. They just look at your ass and call you a poo butt. And so I look and I laugh and say, ¿qué pasa? Yeah, this is for the Raza.
Hey, homie, I'm getting tired of dudes just getting over on the Raza.
So I had to go solo. And when I go out alone, I pack. I don't sweat the javalas when I know that I'm strapped. Every time that I pack my piece, I pull it out quick and all the nonsense will cease. Just like the song when you're 18 with a bullet. Got my finger on the trigger and not afraid to pull it. If it gets out of hand, I know some mafiosos quick to pull out questions on some stupid ass baboso. Sitting there wondering what's happening, que pasa? Yeah, this is for the Raza. This is for the Raza.
Copyright disclaimer. This content does not belong to Bible Chronicles or claim this intellectual property. The content provided today has and always will belong to the content owner. Bible Chronicles does not have any affiliation with the owner of this property. As mentioned, Bible Chronicles did not intend to make use of any material for the purpose of harvesting gain. However, Title 17 of United States copyright law states material in use can only be done when it's for theological or general educational purposes, and thus Bible Chronicles believes that this principal material falls under fair use, which honors protection under Section 107 of the same U.S. copyright law.
Isaiah chapter 58 and verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins.
When it gets into this whole issue of border security, who's going to say that the borders are secure? You've got the House and the Senate debating this issue, and it's really astonishing that in a country founded by immigrants, immigrant has somehow become a bad word. So the debate rages on, and we continue.
Just like that, it's over. We tend to our wound. We count on dead.
Black and white soldiers wonder alike if this really means freedom.
Not yet.
I got 1 job, 2 job, 3 when I need 'em. I got 5 roommates in this one studio, but I never really see them. And we all came America trying to get a lap dance from Lady Freedom. But now Lady Liberty is acting like Hillary Banks with a prenup. Man, I was brave, sailing on graves. Don't think I didn't notice those tombstones disguised as waves. I'm no dummy. Here's something funny. You could be an immigrant without risking your lives, or crossing these borders with thrifty supplies. All you gotta do is see the world with new eyes.
Immigrants, we get the job done.
Look how far I come. Look how far I come. Look how far I come.
We get the job done.
Look how far I come. Look how far I come. Look how far I come.
Immigrants, we get the job done.
It's a hard line when you're an import, baby boy, it's hard times when you ain't sent for it. Racists feed the belly of the beast with they pitchforks. Rich chores done by the people that get ignored. Ya se armó, ya se despertaron, it's a whole awakening. La alarma ya sonó hace rato, los que quieren buscan, pero nos apodan como vagos. We're the same ones hustling on every level, ten los datos. Walk a mile in our shoes, abróchense los zapatos. I've been scoping y'all dudes, y'all ain't been working like I do. Why y'all work ya? It hurt ya. You claim I'm stealing jobs, oh Peter Piper claimed he picked them, he just underpaid Pablo. But there ain't a paper trail when you living in the shadows. We America's ghost riders, the credit's only borrowed. It's a matter of time before the checks all come. But
immigrants, we get the job done.
Look how far I come. Look how far I come. Look how far I come.
We get the job done.
Look how far I come. Look how far I come. Look how far I come.
Immigrants, we get the job.
Yet.
it's only borrowed, it's America's ghost riders. The credit's only borrowed, it's America's ghost riders. The America's ghost riders, the America's ghost riders. The credit's only borrowed. ¡Viva México, cabrones! America's ghost riders, the credit's only borrowed. It's America's ghost riders. The credit's only borrowed. It's
immigrants, we get the job done.
Immigrants, we don't like that. Nah, they don't play. British Empire strikes back. They're beating us like 808s and hi-hats at our own game of invasion. This ain't Iraq. Who these Fugees? What do they do for me but contribute new dreams, taxes and tool swagger and food to eat? Cool, they flee war zones, but the problem ain't ours. Even if our bombs landed on them like the Mayflower. Buckingham Palace, a Capitol Hill. Blood of my ancestors had that all built. With an ink you print on your dollar bill. Oil you spill. Thin red line on the flag you hoist when you kill. But still we just say, look how far I come. Hindustan, Pakistan to London. To a galaxy far from their ignorance. Cause
immigrants, we get the job done.
Por tierra o por agua, identidad falsa. Brincamos muros o flotamos en balsa. La peleamos como Sandino en Nicaragua. Somos como las plantas que crecen sin agua, sin pasaporte americano, porque la mitad de Gringolandia es terreno mexicano. Hay que ser bien hijo de puta. Nosotros les sembramos el árbol y ellos se comen la fruta. Somos los que cruzaron. Aquí vinimos a buscar el oro que nos robaron. Tenemos más trucos que la policía secreta. Metimos la casa completa en una maleta. Con un pico, una pala y un rastrillo te construimos un castillo. ¿Cómo es que dice el coro, cabrón?
Immigrants, we get the job done.
look how far I come. Look how far I come. Look how far I come.
We get the job done.
Look how far I come. Look how far I come. Look how far I come.
Immigrants, we get the job done.
Look how far I come. Look how far I come. Look how far I come.
Immigrants, we get the job done.
Not yet.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Think it's working. All right. Hope y'all doing well. You, two of you. Yeah, man. Pocos pero locos, güey. Pocos pero locos. Yeah, I've been doing this week, so-called this week, you know, based on Gregorian understanding, right? Anyhow, shalom, saludos a todos. BTC. What's up, Joel? All will be revealed. Yeah, man, that stuff is sick, bro. Hold on a second. I'm monitoring my background. The kids think that's funny, dude. I think that's funny, by the way.
¡Viva México, cabrones!
And for all you that say it's a show, well, guess what? Y'all paying people to give you scriptures, and you don't call that a show? Man, y'all are stupid. Buenos dias, Jeremias. What's up, bro? I don't know, man. Hey, listen, man. I always invite you guys to come on, bro. You guys are always welcome to come on. Like, hey, man, put your link up, bro. I just want to chop it up with you. Do you guys, brothers that watch this? I don't mind anytime. Shoot, even if I'm going through my little so-called class, man, y'all can just hang in there. You guys want to click on right now? Click the link. Go ahead. For you enemies, frenemies, or whatever, man. You guys can watch and learn a little bit. Maybe you can, since you guys believe the 12 tribe chart for believers, maybe they'll learn something from me, and then they'll keep teaching you BS, and maybe they'll keep you believing. Hey, as long as you keep the scriptures, man, the laws, maybe it may mean something. But at the end of the day, bro, somebody's wrong. Somebody is wrong. And somebody's going to pay for that. Presente! What's up, Juan? Was that you, bro, that reached out, by the way? I think it is, but I don't know. Maybe it could be you. I don't know, bro. Anyways, I've been busy, man. So I apologize if I kind of slowed on my responses. And I sincerely apologize, family, if I'm a little slow on the responses, man. So I see you, brothers. But lately I have been having some projects. You know what I mean? Like we're sowing this, we're sowing right now. We're harvesting, man. We're planting. No returns right now, but we're busting our ass. Anyhow, speaking of busting our ass, let's begin the class. Ooh, y'all like that, huh? Just kidding. Anyways, let's go, man. Hey, by the way, VTC, I like this video, man. Appreciate it. I wasn't gonna use this one, but I kind of pondered on it a little bit, and I thought it was pretty cool, bro. Appreciate you. Appreciate you very much. Let me minimize myself because you know what I mean. I'm not relevant in this matter. It's all about my gente, bro, and what you guys need to know. What I found out. What took a long time to find out. What a lot of people were not really telling me that I was about. They just said, you're a moco. You're just a moco. You're a freckle. Don't trip, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because you lost your so-called melanin and your afro. Oh, your blue eyes and your blonde hair. Because you ain't white looking. Because you are not Negro looking. Whichever way you look, bro. Whatever way you look, fam. You still Raza no matter what. Thank you, bro. Let's go.
El nombre de Tijuana ha suscitado diversas teorías sobre su origen. Una de las más extendidas sugiere que proviene del rancho pionero Rancho de la Tía Juana. Otra teoría. Se cree que el nombre viene del término indígena Ticuán. Más allá de su etimología, el territorio que hoy conforma esta vibrante ciudad fronteriza tiene profundas raíces indígenas, siendo originalmente el hogar de varias tribus cuya presencia precede cualquier influencia europea. Los primeros pobladores de la región fueron los Kumiai, también conocidos como los Tipai en Baja California e Ipai en Alta California, quienes establecieron una villa llamada Yautecuán. Este grupo indígena, conocido por el significado de su nombre, los que se enfrentan al agua de un acantilado, refleja la estrecha conexión que mantenían con su entorno natural. Los Kumiai se dividían en dos grupos principales, los Ipai al norte y los Tipai al sur. Estos pueblos originarios ocuparon las tierras mucho antes de la llegada de los europeos y desarrollaron una rica cultura que data desde alrededor del año 5000 a.C., con la emergencia de lo que se conoce como la cultura proto-Tipai-Ipai. Otra tribu indígena fundamental en el norte de Baja California son los Cucapá, quienes se asentaron en el valle de Mexicali. Estos habitantes del desierto han tenido una relación duradera con el delta del río Colorado y la Sierra Cucapá, adaptándose a un entorno de clima extremo y escasas lluvias. Su modo de vida, que ha perdurado a través de los siglos, es un testimonio de su resiliencia y conocimiento ambiental. Los Cucapá han habitado desde tiempos inmemoriales el valle de Mexicali, en el extremo noreste de Baja California, México. Los Cucapá han demostrado una capacidad notable para vivir en armonía con las condiciones desafiantes del medio ambiente. La historia de Tijuana como ciudad comenzó a tomar forma con la invasión estadounidense y la firma del Tratado de Guadalupe Hidalgo, pero la verdadera esencia de la región y su rica herencia cultural se remontan a las tribus indígenas que la habitaron primero, dejando un legado imborrable que aún hoy se puede percibir en la cultura y tradiciones de Baja California. El primer europeo que puso pie en el hoy municipio de Tijuana fue el padre misionero Fray Junípero Serra en 1769.
¡Woo!
¡Viva México, cabrones!
Mexicali, para que vean, güey. I like that scripture, bro. I like it. Hold on. Let me go here. Because I'm in Deuteronomy, actually. One thing that I'll read it first, and then I'll go back to something I want to share. Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 8. It says, when the Most High divided the nations their inheritance. You see? So for you that believe he loves everybody, he divided y'all since the beginning of time. When he separated, when he joined. When he John 3:16 everybody, he didn't say that. He said when he separated the sons of Adam, which were many, Ham, Japheth, and also Shem, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. So according to our people, we have a particular amount of so-called, man, that's kind of deep, to be honest with you, because there's a lot of ways to be breaking this down. But I'll say it like he measured the amount of who we are and the reflection of our amounts there based on a smaller percentage, which is why they always want to enhance their numbers as so magnificently. Okay, so there's a lot of meat in this simple scripture here. Before you just kind of walk over it, I'm not talking about just anybody in particular, just anybody in general. This is heavy right here. I'm glad you brought it up. Verse 7, remember the days of old. Perfect topic. Perfect. I'm glad you brought it up. Because the next video isn't specifically, it's blood politics is the name of the class. Blood politics. You're going to find out how our blood is all political. That's all we care. That's all that matters to their politics. Our blood. That's it. Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations. Now, I showed you guys in other classes, for you that are newer to this channel, or that watch and don't want to subscribe because, I don't know, you're afraid because you think somebody's watching you. You're going to think, oh, man, no, it's probably CIA. He's an agent. Oh, man, y'all dumb. I did this class. It was basically like a remix. I'm not playing it right now, but I did this class.
I had the Fopi over here. And
I did this class called here. I just want to show you the thumbnail. This one here, recently, Arsareth. Promised lands of Arsareth. So I've shared with y'all how we didn't go around Africa. There was no such thing as frozen ice. And we've been here 30 million years ago. You guys are saying you don't believe in what the white widow says or the black widow says. Say it for jokes and giggles. Yet you believe their science. You want to tell me that, oh, no, they're wrong. But then you tell me that my stuff is wrong. Yet I've proven it with documentation, scripture, and constant reminders of our traditions that are very similar to some people. And even to this very day, they're showing themselves that, hey, man, I wasn't wrong. I'm not that, hey, man, I may not be that stupid. I may be dumb, but I'm not that stupid. Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations. Meaning what? Look at your history. Now, consider, remember, it's reminding you to think. Think. Ask thy father after you ponder and say, man, where the hell am I from? And he will show thee. Now, elders, and they will tell thee. Now, when the Most High divided the nations, their inheritance, now, that's why this is important to understand. He wants you to remember how he chose certain people. Not everybody. I'd hate to remind you, but maybe might as well do it. What's that? Second Ezra 6:54 or first 54? Which one is it? Is this one? Yep. Second Ezra chapter 6, verse 54. It says, and after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures. Now, I'm going to pause for a second and tell you guys that there are people, nations that have used these scriptures and believed it and treated everybody so unrighteously because they felt they were above all people. But yet the Most High said, don't ever let your pride get the best of you. Don't ever think you're above the king. After these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all. Yeah, we do. And the people whom thou hast chosen. Oof, right there. That right there. Bruh. That's the question right there. So everybody wants to be chosen. I'm going to tell you something. I've said it before. If I'm not Israel, then I'm not Israel. Now, is that going to change my mind and how I'm going to live my life? Y'all are stupid. Hell no. Of course not. I'm going to continue. Hold on a second, fam. What the hell's wrong with you, Mouse? Come on, man. Stop acting dumb. I'm going to continue to keep these laws. I'm not going to stop. It makes no sense. It's almost as if I'm in it for por un beneficio, you know, and it's like, I'm not in it for that, man. All my life, basically, prior to making some changes, all because of the glory of our Father, I was all about me. So what right do I have to feel like, oh yeah, these nations, man, F them. We're going to get ours. Are you forgetting that it wasn't even their fault? It was ours. Stupid ass. Excuse my language. Now, all these have spoken I before thee, O Lord, because thou hast made it the world for our sake. Now you're like, okay. Now there's people that are chosen out of many. But hold on. And as for the other people, which also come of Adam, again, we are talking about he's, in case you guys don't know this word, compartmentalizing, meaning he's putting them in a particular square, all right? So he's putting particular people in squares. So the sons of Adam, now he's dividing them particular based on nations. He's like, okay, so now, here you go. Now, which also come of Adam, the other people, as for the other people, like you said, which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing. Nothing. Now, some people are going to get offended and say, well, that's not right. That's, you know what? If you really think about it, that's pretty dumb. Because, for example, I'm sure we got parents here, and you guys don't know my child, and my child went over and knocked on your door and asked you to please take care of him, and he needs some help. You wouldn't look at him like your son. Now, we see that not every nation is conductive to the laws of the Most High. Now, even if they say they are, but yet collectively we see the seditious ways. And as for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing but be like unto spittle, meaning spit. And has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. That means they're just a drop of a bucket. And now, O Lord, behold these heathens, which have ever been reputed as nothing. You see how the Most High, I don't really care for them. I'm not sure why. I don't know why. It is what it is. Have begun to be lords over us and to devour us. So clearly we see that there will be some people here that will not only claim to be the sons of God, then they'll be devouring you, reputing you all as nothing. Saying you guys are a bunch of beaners. You guys ain't the people of the Bible. What the hell are you talking about? You don't got no woolly hair like me, boo. What's wrong with you? And there you go, like a little dumb wannabe Issacharite. P. Pues usted ya sabe, señor. Don't tell me you're lying. Like Oso Chicloso. He says he's black. Bro, if you only saw what he looked like, it'd make you laugh. Sorry, man. You went to Proverbs. My bad. Proverbs 24:17, and it reads, rejoice not when thine enemy falleth, and let not thine heart be glad when he stumbleth. It's very clear that, if you treat the stranger like shit, the Most High hears it too, Lest the Lord see it, and it displease him, and he turn away his wrath from him. Ooh, damn! If he turns away his wrath from him, if you're the one doing it to him and he turns it away from him, what do you think that means to you? Does that ever ring a bell to you guys? For you that are going around telling the so-called weddle, kiss your boots, bro. Kiss your boots, bro. And you know, it's so you guys were part of the damn conquistador shit. You guys were all part of it. So-called African, quote, quote, Americans. Yeah, you guys were black conquistadors. You guys are. Just like the white man. So now, it's our job as brothers and sisters, right? But specifically brothers, to do this. Deuteronomy 4:9. Only take heed to thyself and keep thy soul diligently, lest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen, enemies, to devour you, unless they depart from thy heart, meaning the memory of your mind, all the days of your life. Oh, no, we're good, man. We all good, man. You know what I'm saying? I love Michael Jackson's song. We are the world. We are the children. Shut up. But teach them thy sons and to thy sons' sons. You see that? Take heed to thyself and to be diligent. Diligent. Why? Verse 15. Take ye therefore good heed unto yourselves, again in the same chapter, for ye saw no manner of similitude on the day that the Lord spake unto you. You guys want one more? I mean, he says it often. Let's go to Psalms 39. Oh, sorry, I went too far. Psalms 39, okay? And then verse 1 says, to the musician and even to the Jeduthun, a Psalms of David, I said, I take heed to my ways. Be mindful of what's going around, what you're watching, because it's not just about you. Remember, Leviticus 19:17 says, I'll read it real quick, just so you guys can understand. This is not just about us, family. Leviticus 19:17, thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him. Not suffer sin upon him. That's why it's not just about you. I said, Psalms 39:1, I will take heed to my ways and your brother's ways too, that I sin not, and he too, with my tongue, and he too. I will keep my mouth with a bridle, meaning look out for your brethren as well as you look out for yourself. Be an example be an example to your family. Y'all can sit here and do all these classes and talk all kinds of crap, but in reality, when at the end of the day, your household will determine the kind of man that you are. And we know, based on this Canaanite BS that we've been dealing with, like Sinetter and all these damn Timbuktu, Kemet believers, you guys are seeing a bunch of shit that's going on over there now. Like, dude, the whole house is done. A bunch of filthy lucre. Because why? Because when you're not a real person of the Most High, you're not looking out for your brother. You're not looking out for your gente. You're only looking out for yourself. And I'm sorry, I don't roll that way. I will keep my mouth with my bridle while the wicked is before me. I was dumb with silence. I held my peace, even from good, and my sorrow was steered. So yeah, there was a time. There was a time. My heart was hot within me. While I was musing, the fire burned. Then I spake my tongue. So it is our job. It is our job to be diligent with each other, to be diligent about who we're watching over a gente. We are watchmen over each other. Don't forget, it is our job to make sure that we don't fall for these dumb false teachers. How many of these guys have tried to tell you the 12 tribe Chadak, the 12 tribe Chadak, the end of the world, Doc, the end of the world, Doc? You can have multiple wives. Don't trip. Hey, listen, man, if you're married, you can have a girl on the side. It's all good. Just don't tell your wife. What? Oh, you can deal with prostitutes. What? You can go into strip joints and shit. What? You guys are crazy, man. That's it. I don't even have to read it. It's our job. We must watch for each other, for false teachers. Here, I'll give you one example here real quick. 1 Timothy, give me a second. 4. It says, 1 Timothy 4:16, take heed unto thyself once more, and unto the doctrine. That doctrine is your history. So unless you don't know your history, then you can't take heed to yourself. Continue in them, in your history, your heritage. Get out of your pride, for in doing this, thou shalt have both save thyself and them that hear. So as long as I'm learning these things, I'm going to share this shit with you guys. Whether you like me or not, I don't care. I don't care. I don't need friends. Okay? I got my family. And those few brothers that I chat with or talk to every now and then, that's good enough for me, man. Because you want to know something? Even the scriptures say, out of 1,000 men, there's only one righteous. Only one. Our job is to remind each other about our heritage. What we owe to each other. We owe it to each other. And you know what, brothers and sisters, man? I wasn't born here, and guess what? I'm not like, you know, I'm a so-called U.S. citizen, whatever, man. But honestly, I've never forgotten where I'm from. And one of the things that I dearly most, oh man, it pains me is the struggle that my mother and my father went through, and the people that I lived around, and I saw them, and I shared bread with them. You know, I spent time with them, and I know what it's like. I know what it's like, man. So I think about these things. Some of us left from down south. Some of us left from up north, went down south. Now we're coming back. Some of us are from down south. Now we're up north. Now we would like to come back. You know those things, man. Migration, right? But we owe it to each other, man. Never forget this, family. Listen to this.
¿Saben dónde tenemos una deuda? En lo social, con los migrantes. Porque se tienen que ir, se van por necesidad, porque aquí no había posibilidad de trabajo. Y allá salen adelante, arriesgándolo todo, y ahora nos están apoyando, mandan a sus familias. Este año van a sumar más de 60 mil millones de dólares.
Aún puedo ver el tren partir.
Por eso son héroes, heroínas.
That's right, man. You know what?
México, cabrones!
I believe that, bro, because my aunt passed away this year, man. She was 95. My mom's sister, and my mom was always sending her money, you know, and we didn't know, man. We didn't know, you know. We didn't know. Anyways, so muchas gracias, mi gente adulta de mayor edad. I really appreciate you guys, what you guys have done. You guys have kept us in kind of in line as best you could. My abuelitos, abuelitas, you that are abuelos, abuelas of some brothers and sisters that may be listening, man, we thank you. First of all, now you may not know all the scriptures, and it doesn't mean we're supposed to disrespect you. We still honor. It's our job to have patience and to learn and teach our elders as well. It's been a long time, family. Let's go back. Listen, pay attention, wake the hell up. Stop being afraid, man. This is your heritage.
Realizing that there's nothing exceptionally great about being white, or certainly nothing wrong about being white. That this illusion in this country that white is best must go. White people should be white people. Brown people should be brown and black, black. And what's the difference? The important thing about a Mexican-American like Chicanos I prefer is that he is indigenous to the southwestern part of the United States. So you see, I emphasize that simply because I hear so much the theory that the Mexican Americans will eventually evolve in the way that the Irish or the Germans or other immigrants evolved and will become Americans. I don't agree with that, simply because the Mexican American or the Chicano is not an immigrant to this part of the country. We've always been here. And so it's foolish to think that eventually we will melt into that mythical melting pot, which is a myth. We never will. Mexico is too close. Our ties here are too great. We were here first, and we're just... The Chicano is finally realizing that there's nothing exceptionally great about being white, or certainly nothing wrong about being white. That this illusion in this country that white is best must go. White people should be white people. Brown people should be brown and black, black. And what's the difference? The important thing about a Mexican American or a Chicano, as I prefer, is that he is indigenous to the southwestern part of the United States. So you see, I emphasize that simply because I hear so much the theory that the Mexican Americans will eventually evolve in the way that the Irish or the Germans or other immigrants evolved and will become Americans. I don't agree with that, simply because the Mexican American or the Chicano is not an immigrant to this part of the country. We've always been here. And so it's foolish to think that eventually we will melt into that mythical melting pot, which is a myth. We never will. Mexico is too close. Our ties here are too great. We were here first, and we're just... The Chicano is finally realizing that
That's for sure. That's for sure. I'm gonna let it play a little bit because I'm gonna read this to you guys. All right. So he mentioned something. Now I want to say this to you guys, family. You got to be very mindful, very keen on what people are saying or teaching or suggesting. Romans 16, verse 17. Now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions and offenses contrary to doctrine, which ye have learned, and avoid them. Why? Because even in their so-called BHI doctrine, just like Christianity doctrine, there is always some level of superiority, no matter where you turn. You ain't white enough or you ain't black enough. Ain't that the truth? One thing they forget about our people is who we are. Deeply. Something you can't change, you can't take away. Something that the Most High gave us and it's engraved us from the get-go. And that's my job. My job is to hopefully remind you guys. Because I never lost it, man. I never lost it, even though this damn demon tried to take it away from me in the so-called alcoholism. It did. It tried. I'm glad it didn't. Let's go.
La drogadicción, destruí a mi familia, tengo 2 hijos adolescentes, me dejó mi esposa por ser un drogadicto, alguien de la calle. Me dijo la última vez que me vio, hace 8 años, me dijo que yo nunca iba a salir de las drogas, del vicio, y espero me esté viendo aquí. Sí salí.
¿Qué era lo que pasaba por tu mente?
Pues lo que pasaba por mi mente era no quedarle mal a todo el pueblo mexicano. Yo vendo dulces en los camiones. Yo soy vendedor de dulces, entonces para un vendedor de dulces que viene de una familia disfuncional y marginada, estar aquí creo que es más que... Aún hubiera perdido, me hubiera ido con la mano en alto.
Edgar, ¿qué es lo que te ha llevado a estar en este momento, tras esta historia que me estás contando?
¿Qué es lo que me ha llevado? La drogadicción, destruí a mi familia, tengo 2 hijos adolescentes, me dejó mi esposa por ser un drogadicto, alguien de la calle. Me dijo la última vez que me vio, hace 8 años, me dijo que yo nunca iba a salir de las drogas, del vicio, y espero me esté viendo aquí. Sí salí.
I like to bring up those heavy points, man, because a lot of times we don't see our own self-determinations, and you judge yourself because of what society has told you. You see yourself as just like pinches mexicanos paisas, güey. I don't even realize how powerful the Most High has created, chosen certain people. He gave everybody gifts, family. It's not just us. Don't get me wrong. But there's just something about our gente, bro. Let's continue. Let's continue to build, all right? We're not tearing down certain things. We're building today. Let's go.
All right, check out these freaking geniuses. Dude runs up the hill to dump rock. His buddy's pulling him with his weight with the pulley. What'd he dump, like a little 3-foot area? I mean, that's got to take like 300 runs up that freaking hill. Then he undoes his deal and runs back. Homie's in line like a relay freaking race. God dang, these Mexicans are something else, aren't they?
You damn right, man. Yeah, whatever. I don't care if you don't like it. So we got something to read real quick, family. Something to read for you real quick. Let's begin this particular part. We're going to do some reading today, okay? Hopefully I can continue because my mouth is getting dry. I've been sick all week. This is from a book called Indigenous Peoples, History of the United States by Roxanne Durbar Ortiz, page 114. So it reads. Oh, what? No, what? Matter of fact, hold on a second. Remember I was sharing this with y'all? I mean, not this one, but regarding, false teachers. Remember false teachers, right? Mark 12, verse 38. It says, Then certain of the scribes and Pharisees answered, saying, Master, we would see a sign from thee. But he answered and said unto them, An evil and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign. You got to be black. He got to be black. He got to be a black Jesus. No, he got to be a white Jesus. No, he got to be a Chinese one. No, listen. He's going to turn you back into that particular thing. Bro, y'all are tripping, man. An evil and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall no sign be given to you, but the sign of the prophet Jonas. For as Jonas was 3 days and 3 nights in the whale's belly, so shall the Son of Man be there 3 days and 3 nights in the heart of the earth. Now, maybe I shouldn't have read it, because then I would have to go somewhere else. Let me just read this one. Sorry, let me just read this one, because I don't want to go there. Not today. Matthew 13:5, it says, Some fell upon the stony places where they had not much earth, and forthwith they sprung up, because they had no deepness in the earth. Verse 6, pay attention. And when the sun was dried up, they were scorched, and because they had no root, they withered away. Now, you just think it's just a seed about actually the sun destroying you. No. It's here, right here. Watch this. Which is a parable for the stony places? Let me see. Which one's? Oh my God, I can't believe I forgot already. My bad, family. 20, verse 20. That's right. It says here. So here's a parable to that one. Matthew 13, verse 20. But he that receiveth the seed into stony places, the same is he that heareth the word, and anon with joy receiveth. And yet he had not rooted himself, but endured for a while. For when tribulation and persecution ariseth because of the word, by and by he is offended. By who? By other people. Nah, bro, listen, you're the people, man. Trust me. I don't know, man. These fopies are telling me that I'm a Mongolian. Watch them that cause division. Watch them that are false teachers. Watch them that tell you to be serving them. Those are false teachers. Teachers are not supposed to be demanding for you to serve them. You better respect me, Ak. Kiss my feet. You guys are tripping. Let's go. In his biography of Jackson, Rogan points out that this was no endgame. The disposition of the Indians did not happen once and for all in the beginning. America was continually beginning again in the frontier, and as it expanded across the continent, it killed, removed, and drove into extinction one tribe after another. If these people really cared about y'all, they would be showing you these things, okay? Against all odds, some indigenous peoples refused to be removed and stayed in their traditional homelands east of Mississippi. And no, they were not negros. So shut up, Wobbles. Hit the link if you think I'm wrong. In the South, the communities, oh yeah, and I'm live. In the South, the communities did not have lost, the communities that did not leave lost their traditions, lands, and titles and status in Indians in their eyes of the government, but many survived as peoples. Let me read it again. In the South, the communities that did not leave lost their traditional land titles and status as Indians in the eyes of the government, but many survived as peoples, some fighting successfully in the late 20th century for federal acknowledgement and official indigenous status. See, for federal acknowledgement. Believe that in your own land. There's other people that are going through the same thing right now. You know that, right? I'm going to show you something real quick. Very interesting. And like I said, the reason I've been teaching, well, I don't want to say that. Let me rephrase it. I started teaching that we came out of the from Jerusalem or Jerusalem all the way across all this way. All right. No one taught that. No one touched that. No one wanted to even go that route. I don't know if people are even sharing it. A few believe it. But you still have that stupid Negro doctrine that we went around Africa, which is pretty dumb. They can't prove a damn thing. Show me the track record that we went around Africa in the water. You're going to tell me for a year and a half, you have mothers, fathers, grandmas, children, animals, babies sucking on nipples and milk and shit and rubbing, changing diapers, women on their menstrual cycles, on a year and a half on boats traveling that long? What are you, stupid, man? For real? I don't think. You guys don't think. This is a non-thinking nation. They just kind of crumble it up and let's see what sticks. Nah, bro. You woke up. You woke up somebody that they ain't falling for that shit. In the North, especially in England, some states have had illegally taken land and created garden systems and small reservations. Now, keep in mind that this is not just the güeros. Don't go around thinking, it's just pinches gringos. No, güey. Los ayudaron los negros también. Que no se hagan pendejos. They want to act like they. Why do you think we don't get along in jail? Let's be real with you, man. Stop playing games. It's a spiritual thing, family. These are, for a fact, most of them, Canaanites. Prove me wrong. Hit the link, Ak. It says here, such as those of the Penobscots and the Passamaquoddies in Maine, both of which won lawsuits against the states and attained federal acknowledgement. Man, you got to go to them. You see, there it goes. That's scripture. See. Oh man. Matter of fact, I'll even read this. Here's why I read the scripture regarding the watchers, right? Because that's the first thing they did. They got rid of the leadership. Deuteronomy 38, 28, 36. And the Lord shall bring thee and thy king, which thou shalt set over thee, unto a nation which neither thou nor thy fathers have known. And there thou shalt serve other gods, wood and stone. Now, we obviously choose leadership for a particular reason. So these men knew exactly how to battle, how to protect. So if we don't have them anymore, let's say the hedges are gone, what ends up happening? Verse 48, therefore thou shalt serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. Hey, can you acknowledge me that I'm a citizen of my own land? Many other native nations have been able to increase their land bases. Persistence of denial. It says, Andrew Jackson was born to the. Let me read this slowly. Andrew Jackson, this goes to you, so-called white people. Yes. This is a very true fact. You guys are squatters in this land. As long as you can prove to me that you did not use the doctrine of discovery back in 1823 to the U.S. Supreme Court to justify your land takeover, then guess what? I can scripturally say that you are Edom and you're a robber and you're going to get destroyed because the Bible said so. That's what I can say. Because you used the Bible to enslave us too. So let me remind you, Andrew Jackson and all his people, black and white, were born to squatters under British rule on indigenous land. Tell me I'm wrong. Sirach 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy. His wickedness is as destructive as rust. You damn right. So Let's remind them who the squatters is. Remember the scene from Shrek? I don't know if you guys have kids. I have kids, right? And I mean, I have, my son is. Anyways, y'all know a little bit about me. So he's like, in the scene, he's like, and the squatters? As good as gone. Oh, really? So you mean as long as we go back to the way of our father, the squatters will be gone? Yes. His life followed the trajectory of the continental imperialism as he made his career of taking indigenous land. And the squatters. This goes for Fox, CNN, MSNBC, all you dumb Republicans, all you dumb Democrats, every single one of you that says you're an evangelist or a Christian, love everybody, shut your ass up. You don't know the Bible. You don't know politics. Because guess what? I can embarrass you when you're on so-called politics. I really can, because it's based on the Bible. But it's funny because then there's certain things that you want to base it from of church and certain things that you want to base it off state. How convenient is it when it has to pertain to actual criminal cases? That's when you don't base it off church, you base it off state. But when it's not necessarily criminal, like death penalty cases, you base it off church because your assumption is that you're a Christian and these people are not, and they're savages. Don't be stupid, so-called white people. You know damn well that's how you think. It's true. We need to stop lying to each other about how you look at us and how we look at you. Because our gente has been always respectful, caring, because all we care about is raising our children, taking care of our family. That's what we're about. Working, whatever, building, yeah. But no, cabrones. You guys keep poking and poking and poking. Get rid of these beaners. Get rid of these beaners. And I'm like, you guys are the fucking beaners. Well, no, not technically beaners. You guys are the wetbacks. You guys are from Europe. Oh, well, I've been here 7, 8 generations. You really want to compare that shit? You really want to go that far, you stupid ass? No, you can't do that. Okay, so let's remind you, squatters from Britain and, unfortunately, Africa. Yes, you helped them. Hey, you get it too. Okay? So you, under British rule, on indigenous land. Okay? Now, let me read from the top. His life followed the trajectory of the continental imperialism as he made his career of taking indigenous land from the time of Jefferson's presidency to the elimination of indigenous nations of East Mississippi. If you guys pay attention, if you really do care and want to study and want to learn, scriptures tell you what you do. Mark 13:33, it reads, "Take ye heed, watch, and pray. For ye know not when the time is." So watch and pray. Watch and pray for understanding. Repent more than anything. Oh, that's right. Let me show you that. Hey fam, check it out. Oh man, let me see if I can send it to him. I got a bro. Nah, you know what? I won't do it. I'll do it another day. Anyhow, let's read. This process was the central fact of U.S. politics. It still is the central fact of U.S. politics. Yeah, of course. Every 4 years, you say, Operation Wetbag, they're invading us. Damn beaners. But yet, you illegally took this land. Oh, yeah. We're going to continue to find out. This process was the central fact of U.S. politics and the basis for the U.S. economy. You want to know why that's so interesting, fam? Because they sanctioned Venezuela 5 years ago heavily, or 6 years ago, 6 or 7 years ago when the Trump administration was in power. And then now we have people from Venezuela suffering and coming over here in mass amounts. And they're actually generating money by advertising to go against the political pundits that go for so-called open borders, right? You see how this U.S. economy, they use immigration, so-called migration, in order to market and make money. That's all they're about. 2/3 of the U.S. population of nearly 4 million at the time of independence live within 50 miles of the Atlantic Ocean. You guys realize what that says? It says that 50 miles from the ocean. For real. All right. I guess you guys don't care. During the following of half the century, more than 4 million settlers, squatters. Let's get it right. More than 4 million squatters cross the Appalachians. Squatters. You guys are squatters. I have officially called so-called white people squatters. Okay? The Last of the Mohicans. I know you guys love that movie and you want to put a little Weddle in there and shit. Shut up. That's not even a true movie, by the way. The Last of the Mohicans and Andrew Jackson's White Republic. Oh, how lovely. Anyways, we move on from page 114 to 115. Largest and most rapid migration in world history. You see that? Remember, they came from the Eastern continent. Only 50 miles were they only covering. Now, Jackson was an actor who made possible the implementation of the imperialist project of independent United States. But he was also an exponent of the Euro-American popular will that favored imperialism, meaning destruction, genocide. Oh yeah, genocide. Genocide is occurring right now in America to our gente right now. Shut your face up that you think I'm lying? Then you're being anti-Semite because I'm a Semite. So you so-called white people, when you start saying illegal alien, we're gonna deport you. You're being an anti-Semite. Yes. It's time that you start answering those questions because guess what? If they're guys or Semites, then what am I? Am I Hamite? Or am I Japhite? Or what are you then? Then now we got to ask you, who the fuck are you? If you say you're all about the Bible. During the period of Jackson's military and executive power, a mythology emerged that defined the contour and substance of the U.S. origin narrative, which has weathered nearly 2 centuries and remains intact in nearly 21st century as patriotic cant. A civic religion invoked by Barack Obama. Presidential inaugural address in January 2009. You see that, family? This is your loving Obama baby's mama. And reaffirming, I'm gonna try to sound like him. And reaffirming the greatness of our nation. We understand that great. No, I can't talk like him. And reaffirming the greatness of our nation, we understand that greatness is never given. It must be earned. See? Meaning it must be taken. So they took your mom, they took your sister, and they took your daughter, and they're very proud of it, you dumb beginner. Okay? That's what they did. That's what they're saying. That's what Obama's baby mama is saying. This African is saying that. He's saying he's very glad that his big daddy did what he did because they helped him. And he knows that. It must be earned. Our journey has never been one of shortcuts or settling for less. Excuse me, it was shortcuts because technically God only allowed you to do that because you're heathens and we were being stupid. It has not been the path for the faint-hearted, for those who prefer leisure over work or seek only the pleasures of riches and fame. Rather, it's been the risk takers, the doers, the makers of things. Some celebrated, but more often men and women obscured in their labor, who have carried us up the long, rugged path towards prosperity and freedom. What they call prosperity and freedom, we call butchery and hanging on hooks and burning with a stake. For us, yes, for you guys, white and black, they packed up their few world possessions and traveled across oceans in search of a new life. For us, you see that? He didn't say for them. For us, they toiled in sweatshops and settled the West, endured the lashes of the whip, and plowed the hard earth. Yeah, as indentured servants, not as slaves. For us, they fought and died in place of the Concord and the Gettysburg, Normandy, Key song. Time and again, these men and women struggled and sacrificed and worked till their hands were raw so that we might live a better life. I don't know. They saw America as bigger than the sum of our individual ambition, greater than all the differences, birth, and the wealth of faction. This is the journey we continue today. Man, oh man. Okay. All right. So let me read this to you real quick. If you so eloquently want to say. let's remind you a little bit. Here you go, right there. Let me see. Oh my God. Oh, this is so funny, family. I don't even know how to go about it. Sometimes I just laugh at these damn settlers or squatters. And the squatters, you mean the white ones? As good as gone. This is from, excuse me, A Little Matter of Genocide. So what they saw as freedom and prosperity and loving and freedom, okay. During the 4th century, spanning the time between 1492, when Christopher Columbus first set foot on the New World of a Caribbean beach, on 1892, when the U.S. Census Bureau concluded that there were fewer than 250,000 indigenous people surviving within the country's claimed boundaries. Yet that stupid Candace girl, you know, the West African girl that married the European white guy, right? You guys are not Americans. You're quote unquote Americans. You just have an American experience. So shut up. Anyways, so-called Candace, you know, the hoe. I'm gonna call her because that's what you are. I'm sorry. You calling us savages, I'm gonna call you a hoe. So this hoe, right, claimed that there's no more indigenous people in this land. She said we're extinct. Okay. But yet in 1892 they did a bureau. Okay. Anyhow, so it says here, but let me remind you of what you guys did combined, white and black. All right. It says here, white and black people. I'm not excusing neither one of you. Like, you both had a lot to do with this shit. So you better live with it. Concluded that fewer than 250,000 indigenous people surviving within the country's claimed boundaries. A hemispheric population estimated to have been as great as 125 million, greater than that, was reduced by something over 90%, which only happened to the people of the Bible. Didn't happen to black people. Or white people, just saying. Or Khazarians, just saying. The people died in their millions of being hacked apart with axes. What was the what did this African just read? What did Obama's baby mama just say? Time and time again, these men and women struggled and sacrificed and worked till their hands were raw so that we might live a better life. Okay. So again, it says here, the people had died in millions being hacked apart with axes, swords, burned alive, and trampled under horses, hunted as game, fed to dogs, shot, beaten, stabbed, scalped for bounty. Oh, shoot. Hung on the meat hooks. Kind of like, the movie from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah, like that. And thrown over the ships at the sea. What? You know, I've never seen a movie about that, but we always see movies about black people falling over ships, or at least something with slavery. Never slavery has any connotation towards you so-called Hispanics. I wonder why. Because, you know, we see the Amistad. Oh, negros were thrown overboard. You guys were not thrown overboard. You guys were bought. You were what they call on a bond, meaning there's a value behind you. So it would be pretty stupid to throw you overboard. Once again, you steal our history. It's okay. It's exposing itself. You are well, not you, but your women technically lift their skirts up often. So technically, your whole entire nation is lifting their skirts up. Apparently so. It says here, hung on meat hooks and thrown over the ships at the sea, worked to death as slave laborers, intentionally starved and frozen to death during a multitude of forced marches and internments, and in an unknown number of instances, deliberately affected with epidemic diseases. While we all know now where the smallpox came from, negros, Africans. Now, I know that some of you guys are offended by that. I don't know why. If I told you that white people brought smallpox, you'd be okay with it. Yeah, you're right. All of a sudden now, because they got a tan, now it's different. You stupid. Spoken like a true descendant of old settlers, squatters, President Baby's Mama Obama raised another key element of the national myth in an interview a few days. Let me continue. That was page 114. We're going to read a little bit today. 116. It says here, later with Al Arabiya television in Dubai, affirming that the United States could be an honest broker in the Israel-Palestine conflict, he said. We sometimes make mistakes. We have not been perfect. But if you look at our track record, as you say, America was not born as a colonial power. I don't know, man. What do you think? What do you guys think, man? I'm trying to find. What do you think, family? What do you think, man? Let me get an answer from y'all. This is kind of. Oh God. So America was not born as a colonial power. I think he's using his lawyer tactics. If you read it in context, because you'll say that. Well, if you read it in context, we weren't initially a colonial power. That's what he's saying. But in reality, a colonial power becomes a colonial power because you were a colonial power from the beginning. You don't become one unless you have already been one, or you are one. Stupid asses. Anyhow, the affirmation of democracy requires the denial of colonialism, but denying it does not make it go away. So again, affirming that the United States could be an honest broker in the Israeli-Palestine conflict, he said. I find it interesting that what does that have to do with us? Okay. All right, let's get heavy here, family. That's why I told you guys that I don't play around. My research is pretty heavy, and I'm not that far off from a lot of things. So let me read this to you guys. Just show you real quick. This is called the Practical Guide of Humanitarian Law. This is international law. Okay. Oh, man, what are you doing? It's international law right here. So let's get an understanding of what international law means and how it's referring to us right now. It's actually speaking about you. So international law says this: the occupying power has the duty to ensure that the inadequate provision of food and medical supplies is provided. So I know that white people here in America don't want to call themselves an occupying power. Technically, you are. Look up the word, the Doctrine of Discovery, and then U.S. Supreme Court 1823. You are an occupying power. You have no justification to take these lands. That's why Mexico still considers you an occupying settler nation. As well as clothing, bedding. Okay, let me read it again. The occupying power, because you are occupying this particular part of the land, white people and black people. Okay, I want you to understand that your own international law is going to come back and bite you, because we're seeing it right now in Palestine. The occupying power has the duty to ensure that the adequate provision of food and medical supplies is provided, as well as clothing, bedding, means of shelter, other supplies essential to the survival of the civilian population or of the occupied territory, white people, and objects necessary for religious worship. Oh, shit. Well, you serious? But yet you guys are saying F these so-called Muslims in America. So let me continue. You trip over your own laws. Like, seriously, y'all don't even know the law, but yet you sure as hell want to be so eloquent with it. The occupying power, remember, family, there's the laws of the water and the laws of the land. There's two of them. Look them up. The occupying power must allow the protecting power, or the ICRC, or other impartial humanitarian organizations, to verify the state of these supplies in occupied territories and to visit protected persons as to monitor their conditions. Okay? So we're seeing this. So check this out. Let me go to relief and supplies. Where's relief and supplies? So check this out. Where are you at? Hold on. Let me see. When you relief and supplies. Watch this. Is this it? Let me get this one. Where are you? European Court, right? Man, it's European Court. Sometimes relief, the occupying power. Okay, check this out, okay? It says here, the occupying power. I need you to pay attention to this, okay? Hold on, where is it at? The duty must closing has the duty to ensure. Oh, here it goes right here, okay? Listen to this, okay? This is interesting. Sometimes occupying forces do not succeed in establishing or exercising authority over a certain territory. Has this have these people, since they came to this continent, have they established or exercised a certain like authority? Have they succeeded in establishing? What are they complaining about? The borders, right? The borders. Oh, it's out of order. It's out of order. Okay. So you that is occupying this land, you have proven to us that you're not established or exercise any authority over this territory because you have no control over it. Why? Because of hostile acts committed against them by combatants of the occupied territory, meaning people like me, people like my gente, people that you deport, people like when the wetback operation that you took out, people that you said, oh, listen, if you're a Texan or Californian, you're going to be a U.S. citizen. You'll be fine. No, those people, those are the ones that you committed hostile territory occupation. So guess what? Because of the hostile acts committed against them by combatants of occupied territory, in such cases, humanitarian law does not consider these areas as occupied territories, but as invaded territory. 7 verse 38. Sorry. In other words, they are battlefields. Battlefields, family. Sorry about that. I don't know why I did that. They are battlefields. And the rules that apply to them are the general rules of armed conflict. You know why I show you this? I find it so interesting, family. I found it so interesting. Because, again, I'm not teaching to or showing you these things because I have an agenda. Nah, man. I don't know why the Most High revealed it to me. I really don't know why. I wish I had the choice. Like I wish it was like that, like as a choice, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't necessarily a choice. It happened, and I'm just blessed. I guess at first it was kind of scared, I was kind of scared. I ain't gonna lie to you. But now I understand what's going on. Do you know what I'm saying? Now I understand what's going on, family. Pay attention to this, man. I got to show you this, all right? Check this out. Here it goes right here. Hold on. Come, it doesn't... There you go, watch it. Watch this. Says on the bottom, Native American indigenous, Palestinian indigenous, both colonized by the same Zionists. You know who? El Gringo and El Khazar. Tripping out, man. Look how similar this sister dance. This is from me and Raza.
vamos a arrancar esa noche de Dios, todo listo.
Now, hey, by the way, so I was watching this, man. I was tripping out. I was watching it, right? I was just watching it. You know what I'm saying? I was just watching it. And I was like, oh, this dude's tripping, man. These kids are tripping. And the next you know, it played this. I don't know what they're saying, but I really tripped out on it. That's where it all started, family. And again, this was not necessarily immediate of the class, but it technically touches on the topic. Amazing stuff, man. Let's go. Man, this is great stuff right there, bro. Because you know what? I listen, man, I'm not making this stuff up. Like, I'm just going about my classes. You know what I'm saying? I'm just jotting stuff down. I had this class in mind for like almost a week, and I'm going through my notes and meditating on, you know, how I'm gonna go about this whole thing and looking at scripture. And then next thing you know, because if you guys, hey, listen, you guys can laugh all you fucking want. I don't give a shit. Whoever doesn't believe it. But I'll tell you this right now. I've been teaching that we did not go around Africa. I've been teaching that for a while already. Okay. And nobody was bringing that up. So now that I'm seeing these particular things, certain experiences that are happening to certain people, and I know for a fact that we migrated that way. Yeah, either believe it or you don't. I don't give a shit. Let's go. Not kidding, man. There's a reason why this is happening right now. Like I've told you guys before, what was happening over there was happening on a micro level, meaning like immediately, you know, like we could see it because it's happening like right now. What happened to us was a slower process, a very, you know, something that took several years. Okay. So it's not overnight.
Question. Would you build a...
But it's funny because I was like, yeah, they're tripping, man. They look kind of funny. And then next you know, I'm like, wow, that's so similar. So listen to this.
On the back there, he's wearing what's called a horse bustle. It's kind of smaller than some of the other traditional dancers, because some of the traditional dancers today, they get these big, huge bustles. But those bustles would not have been practical back in the day. They would have gone. It's more known as a dancer's rope. Doing a great deed for his good guy. Northern traditional dance.
And by the way, Sorry. Listen to my brothers up north, man. I really did not know if you guys were singing and saying something, or if you were just kind of like saying sounds. But I can hear something, and I like it, man. I even thought about like a song behind it, but I'm not gonna disrespect it. Just saying, hey, man, I appreciate this. This isn't no joke, fam. This is love right here, right? Let's listen in. I like this a lot. Let's go. Well, hold on. I'll do it this way. Remember the map I showed you, family, so you don't forget. Listen, look, we were taken all over this place, man. You guys don't realize. We were taken all over here, okay? All over there, all right? Right here, right here, right here, right there. Stop lying to yourselves, please. You're not just isolated in this land, fam. They got that wrong. Completely wrong. Now, let me share this with y'all real quick before we move on to the other portion. Somebody, I don't know if a sister sent this to me, or if I found it on my own. I can't remember. But I don't make this stuff up. And I think it's time that you guys start realizing, how certain things play themselves out. Any Canaanite with feathers on his head claiming Indians is his cry for some serious professional help or mental problem. Well, I told you, I did a class on that, bro. I did a class on that. Matter of fact, I'm going to isolate that class because it was a long class. You know me and my long classes and shit. So I'm going to isolate that class. One of them is called, what is it called? Confabulate. And then they got bipolarism, mental disorder, depression. That's why a lot of sedition comes out of that reaction. You know what I'm saying? Any Canaanite with feathers on his head is a serious crime. Yeah. I think I understood it. What a trip. Yeah, I know, bro. What a trip. No, it's a trip, bro. It's a trip. Because guess who's actually over there and over here? Who financed this who is the one passing these laws? Who passed the laws to separate children at the border? Who helped Donald Trump? Stephen Miller. What is he? A Khazarian, so-called Jew. All of these guys are in charge, and they're passing the law. As a matter of fact, who was the one that you think approved the fumigation of 1917 to our gente? I got a class on that one, a very heavy one. Yeah, he meant it, bro. He meant it. Let's continue. So now, let's see if these guys are who they say they are. This is not a movie, family. This is not a movie. This is real. This is true. Look it up. I'm gonna give you a glimpse of it because I got so many classes, man. You guys don't even know, bro. It's like endless and stuff, bro. All praises to our glory and our Father, man, for giving me that opportunity to even have that kind of sense in my mind, man, to work, take care of family, and still take time to do classes, bro. I appreciate that. Thank you, Father. That's edited from the film, I believe. No, it's not, bro. It's not. It's not. Check it out. It's not. It's not. I'm telling you, it's not. Okay, let's listen.
Here we have the encore presentation of the pageant, A Romance of a People, for the Jewish National Day at the 1933 World's Fair. It was so popular during the first night that they held another ceremony, where 150,000 Jewish people came to celebrate with the Jewish Zionist Party for their deity Baal or Malak. Now I have to mention that this is not from the movie Kabiria from 1914, and it is not from Metropolis either. I'm tired of having to explain this to people, and yeah, that's that. Let me know what you think in the comments and follow Question Antiquity for more. Here we have the encore presentation of the pageant, A Romance of a People, for the Jewish National Day at the 1933 World's Fair. It was so popular during the first night that they held another ceremony, where 150,000 Jewish people came to celebrate with the Jewish Zionist Party for their deity Baal or Malak. Now I have to mention that this is not from the movie Kabiria from 1914, and it is not from Metropolis either. I'm tired of having to explain this to people, and yeah, that's that. Let me know what you think in the comments.
He said, yeah, and that's that. And if they are, Rick, let them vote, bro. Let them vote. They're a bunch of dumbits. But I don't think it is. I don't think it's true, though, to be honest with you, man. They're probably like, they're not even like our gente and shit. They're probably like Mexicans, like whiteos and shit, call themselves Raza, but they're not. They're hypocrites, bro. The hypocrites. Hypocrites. Hypocrites, family. Here, let me bring this up real quick before I forget. Where are you at? Where are you at? So, here you go, fam. I'm going to tell you something. I'm very proud of the kind of daughters that I have and sons that I have. I really am. Because I wouldn't have done it without the scriptures. And I thank my daughter because there was a story that I read. Matter of fact, let me see if I have it. I think I took pictures of it. It's a really nice story. It's about a young man that's he's asking his, well, he's helping. He's like very good. He's a very good kid. I guess I'll kind of tell you, very good kid, and he's always helping his dad. In the mornings, right? Anyways, we don't know that yet. So the story goes, the dad's doing something. The kid comes up to him and he's like, "Hey, Dad, can I help you?" And the dad's like, "Did you do this?" "Yes, I did." "Did you take out the corn?" "Yes, I did." "Did you fill up the buckets?" "Yes, I did. I got 2 of them." "Did you do your homework?" "Oh, yes, I did." "Did you do this?" "Yes, I did." "Did you do that?" "Yes, I did." And he's like, "Okay, well, come help me." This is Spanish. You know what I'm saying? He's helping him. He's like, "Hey, Dad, do you mind if I ask you a question?" He's like, "Yeah, sure." He goes, do you think I'm, what did he say? "Do you think I'm any good?" Like he said, "You think I'm a good kid or something like that?" And he's like, "Why do you say that?" "Well, because my friend so-and-so bought a gift for his dad and da-da-da-da." And the dad's like, "You mean the kid that," because, he asked his son, "Did he take care of like 3 or 2, 4, 3 things, right?" And he goes, "The kid that doesn't do that," he goes, "Yeah, he bought him that gift." "Okay." He goes, "Okay." And then so-and-so bought his dad this gift. He goes, the kid that doesn't do his homework. He goes, yeah, that kid. And he goes, and another kid does this, bought him. And he goes, the kid that didn't, grab the buckets. Like, yeah, him. He goes, he says his dad starts scratching his head, and he's like, kind of telling him, he goes, well, what's the problem? He goes, well, Dad, it's just, the other day, I wanted to buy you a gift because it was, Tata Day. He calls him Tata, right? And I lost the money crossing the bridge, and I lost all of it, and I feel bad, and I can't give you a gift. His dad's like sitting there pondering, man. He's like scratching his head, like, shh. He goes, you want to know something? He starts talking to him about that all those gifts mean nothing. They don't last. They don't go with you when you die. It's just materialistic things. And he goes, you are my gift. There's absolutely nothing that I would want. I'm not. It's like he said it in a way where I'm not your dad, and I'm so yeah, you're my son. No, man. He's like, I'm thankful that I have you as a son because you made me a better father of how good you are of a son. So I'm thankful for you brothers and sisters that do raise proper children, do love your kids. I don't care what color you are or what nationality you are. It doesn't matter to me. If you're trying to do the right thing, you ain't my enemy, bro or sister. When you attack my people, that's a different story. We all want sanity in this world. And we all want to raise good kids. But you can't have that many good girls anymore because we're in a society where they lost it. So it's our job to maintain our heritage. Because this is our heritage, family. Because you want to know something? I was not born here, but I was technically raised here. My daughter is born here. Doesn't even speak Spanish that well. And she's a proper lady. Very proper. So listen to this. This is what our people are against. And this book that we're sharing with you is the only way you're going to protect your children from all that stupidity. I don't celebrate Christmas. I don't do birthdays. We don't do Thanksgiving. And you know what? My family is extremely happy, fam. Because we're not perfect. Just the facts. But we love each other very much. And like I've said it before, we're individuals collectively in my household. And every person in that house makes decisions based on everyone else. My daughter, my kids, my boys. I tell them, don't think that your decisions are not going to affect me. They will affect me, your mom, your sister, and your brothers because we don't want you to suffer. So if you F up, guess what? You're going to affect us. Let's go.
I want to say, what % of women are virgins on their wedding day? Can we
say this? Candace Owens, you weren't a virgin on your wedding day. Nope, sorry. I've never met one of your kind that kept your virginity after 14 years old. Just saying, prove me wrong.
Answer the question.
Probably about 25%.
25%? Okay. It's 5%. What % of women have been on birth control at some point in their life? 90%.
But what are the reasons why women are not on birth control?
Wait.
You see, this is funny. This is why she laughs. This is why women like her laugh. Because they can't say and pause and say, you know what? She's so right. Because I'm one of the few. No, you laugh just like them because you're a hoe.
Wait, I've been on birth control before, but it wasn't because of sex.
Okay, fine. Which is all good and well until we start looking at the body count statistics, where after a woman has had 5 partners, her chance of a happy marriage drops to 20%. Okay, so and the average woman has slept with more than 5 men. Okay, which remember historically 100 years ago, 85% of women were virgins on their wedding nights. Now, what else does men get out of marriage? They get loyalty. But not today because half of women leave.
Oh, Candace, look at you biting your lip because you know damn well you was a hoe.
Then we start to go into weight, where women are overweight. The average woman is 5'3", 170 pounds. These are just numbers, and yet we scream misogyny at me. I want to say, what % of women are virgins on the...
Funny that America, when white women and black women have the nerve to be talking about this shit. You guys are the last qualified people to be talking about this so-called virginity shit. Y'all got herpes, man, for real. Hey, let me read that, bro. I like that. 2 Corinthians 4:18, it says, while we look not at the things which are seen. Now, this is really good, man. Because, when you're sitting there and spending time with your child, those are the things that are not seen. Okay? By spending time with your children, getting out of yourself, respecting your wife, taking care of them. Listen, fam, I'm going to tell you this right now. I wasn't going to play this, but I'm going to play it now. I think it's great. Great point. Because I like this sister, what she said. Because you want to know something? This is what makes great leadership. It's not, this and shut your ass up, bro. Tough motherfuckers, excuse my name, I'm going to say it like this. Tough motherfuckers, you guys ain't shit. If you cannot harness your spirit and know that a woman is weaker than you and so-called spiritually weaker vessel than you, not intellectually stupid, just spiritually weaker than you, meaning spirits will trick them quicker than you, and you don't know the power that the Most High gave you, then you was a fool and you are weak. And that's why I never understood this whole doctrine of these devils of BHIs. You guys don't teach this at all. You don't have any good daughters. You don't show good women. This ain't hate. It's real man talk. And when you're a good man with strength, you don't need a woman to submit to you. They do it themselves. Oh, you don't believe me? Let's listen in. And I'm still married, 28 years. So for all you that think I'm talking shit, shut your ass up. Because you ain't proving nothing in your marriage, nor are you proving anything with the scriptures.
Weak men create masculine women, and strong men create feminine women. Like, not by force, but simply by loving well and leading well.
Being good examples of what a man should be.
A lazy, weak
Shut up, Canaanite. Y'all don't know that shit.
man creates a woman who is required to step into the role that he doesn't step into. But a strong...
You know what that means? Like, my wife knows I'm not a mom. Like, I don't do that. I can't do that. And since I understood that, I had to change my ways in order for me to have a partner that would be good at that. How the hell am I supposed to be good at me and not have a partner that I could show her how to be good at what she does? That's pretty stupid. What kind of leader are you? What kind of leader creates a weak partner? You don't know the Bible, Canaan. Shut your ass up. Sit in the back. We may let you come in. The real Judas woke up. Shut your ass up.
Humble man creates a woman who is safely submitted to her husband.
Yes.
Without fear of losing who she is, without fear that she's going to be dropped. Like a lot of...
that's good you said that, because...
Means called trust. For example, family, me and my wife, we don't share the same account. She don't see my text messages and I see hers because she made me do it. No, I just did it. I have nothing to hide. Nothing at all. Absolutely zero. And neither does she. So her and I trust each other. It's funny when I talk to other men, they're like, well, your wife does it. Yeah. You mean she doesn't question if you're at the office all day? No. You mean like, no, I share some stuff that I go through, certain stress modes or certain temptations. Like, for example, I'm going to be real with y'all. Sometimes I get like, a little active and shit. And I'm like, man, I want to get laid. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get laid. You know what I mean? I'm trying to like let go, right? And I tell my wife, hey, listen, we need to have sex or else I'm going to be looking at porn. Please help me. I don't want to sin. That's real talk. Why am I going to lie? Why am I going to put myself in a situation where I'm going to be sinning? I'm going to talk to my wife real shit. So I'm just saying, you know what I mean? I don't know. Whatever. I'm doing my best as I can. All I'm saying is, family, man, in order for you to raise good daughters, good women, you need to humble yourself. Strength comes from within. Strength is found through weakness. Strengthen your weakness, because when you try to cover up your weakness, then you are really not strong.
Submission is really putting yourself in the hands of another. And I think deep down, people don't like the idea of submission because it's really a lack of trust. And can I trust that you're going to be different than the last guy or like all men? And we develop these kind of negative views.
Yes, sir.
Now, that's a problem too. Scriptures say, do not sell your daughter as a whore. So this is what he says. Well, you mess up with the first guy. Now you can't trust nobody else. That's why promiscuousness is not what we're supposed to do. Men and women. I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm going to say this right now, family. Now, me, I'm not like my older brother. My older brother was a hoe, man. I don't know why. Anyways, I wasn't that bad. But every single time I laid with, of course, with women, and I was finished, I felt like I lost something. Okay, I mean, at the moment was good, no, but then as soon as I was done, I was like, fuck, man, this sucks, man. And I'm never going to come back again. And then the lust kicks in once more. 2 Corinthians 12:9, it says, and he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Most gladly, therefore, I will rather glory in my infirmity than the power. I'm sorry, let me read it, man. Man, that's right. It doesn't let you post it all. Hold on a second. I got you, bro. Thank you, though, man. I appreciate it. Hey, by the way, that's why I gave you a text message call, right? So you can, kick in and shit. I was going to kind of give you the heads up of what kind of class I was going to have. Anyways, and he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. How? Like the prodigal son. He's like, listen, man, in my stupidity, I realized how stupid I was, bro. Like, damn. I really effed up, huh? Yeah, you did, bro. Most gladly, therefore, will I rather glory in my infirmity. I rather glory in my understanding of the fact that I'm dumb, stupid. Sometimes I mess up. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I'm perfect, whatever. But you know what? I always remember that none of my achievements or my actions or my ability or my so-called understanding comes from me or my intellect. It comes from the Most High. And I always remember, because of the fact that I have my children, they built me to this point. That's why the Most High gives us them. They're not our kids. They're his kids. There are brothers and sisters for us to learn. Remember your books of remembrance. How? Like, that's why the scripture, you guys don't really pay attention to the Bible. If you really knew the Bible, then guess what? You would see your kids like this. Leviticus 19:17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. Your kids are your brother. Your daughter is your brother. Your son is your brother. Thou shalt not in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not sin upon him. Meaning what? You better correct him. The Most High gave you maybe your great-great-great-grandfather, and you ain't teaching them shit. And then you want to sit and say, oh, my family treated me bad. Well, guess what? You're just an example of them. You're a reflection of them. That's pretty stupid. I'm just saying. If you really say you know the Bible, if you really are so-called Christian, because there's a lot of people that say they're Christians. I don't think Christianity is really should be used as a brush. Apparently, a lot of people use that. So let me read it again. 2 Corinthians 12:9. And he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee. Do you know what he means by my grace? Meaning that he's never going to put something beyond your ability. Even though it seems like you're going to sink. Nah, bro, you're just stronger than that. You just don't know it. There's some songs that I play that actually talk about this, fam. You just don't know it, how strong you are. That's why he says, my grace is sufficient for you. You be good, bro. But you don't have faith in him, in your weakness, or in your strength. Because when you're strong, you don't have faith in him. When you're weak, you don't have faith in him. Most gladly, therefore, I will rather glory in my infirmities. That's why I know who I am, and I know what my weaknesses are, and I express it to my so-called wife. Because that's what they call it in this society. She's my Eve, I guess you could say. Because we're supposed to be a partnership, fam. That's what we're supposed to raise families. Look, listen, I'm going to say this. I don't know. You guys may want to believe in a bunch of wives and shit, but I'm not, me personally, the kind of hoe I was, I'm not in the position to have many wives. I already know how I am. I already know. You kidding me, man? You out of your mind, bro. None of us have any kind of glory or even connection or understanding to get ability like that. But you know what? BHI is going to do it all day because you know what? That's an African thing. It's a black African thing. So just stop bullshitting with y'all. Just stop lying. We're all over it now. BHI was good. It was strong. Yeah. Y'all taught some shit, whatever, this and that. But it's no different than Christianity. It's no different. The power went, and it went fast. Proverbs 22:6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart. In my infirmities. So if you train him properly in his infirmities, he won't fail. If you raise your kids right in his infirmities, he won't fail. A lot of us don't train our kids to deal with infirmities. We give them infirmities, and then we say, fuck off. Excuse my language. Sirach 42:11. Keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter, lest she make thee a laughing stock to thine enemies, and a byword in the city, and a reproach among the people, and make thee ashamed before the multitude. Now, I'm gonna tell you something, family. This right here shows that there are certain spirits that you just gotta just watch. Yeah, just certain daughters that are just gonna be like that, or certain sons. That's just a fact, and you got to be a man about it, and accept it, and embrace it, and watch over them a little bit more than the others. I tell my wife, don't raise them or those two the way that you raise these two, because they have the different mindset, different society, different understanding, different technology, different, like processes. You got to be smarter than that. We have the scriptures, fam. I don't know why people fail to understand how powerful these things are. Anyways, let's continue, man. Let's continue. Hold on. Am I done?
We're saying, well, why can't why can't men submit to women? And we say things like that that are just out of what God designed.
Yeah, and I think we're just afraid.
Read it. Before I play it, I'm gonna read this to you. Sirach 26:14. It says, a silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord, and there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed. Well, guess what? The only way that mind is well instructed is if your stupid ass is well instructed. You can't expect someone to be well instructed if you're not well instructed. How can you assume that? Let's listen again.
Weak men create masculine women, and strong men create feminine women. Like, not by force, but simply by loving well and leading well.
Being good examples of what a man should be.
A lazy, weak man creates a woman who is required to step into the role that he doesn't step into. But a strong, humble man creates a woman who is safely submitted to her husband, without fear of losing who she is, without fear that she's going to be dropped. Like a lot
Well, that's good you said that, because submission is really putting yourself in the hands of another. And I think deep down, people don't like the idea of submission because it's really a lack of trust. And can I trust that you're going to be different than the last guy, or like all men? And we develop these kind of negative views.
Yes, sir.
And we're saying, well, why can't women, why can't men submit to women then? And we say things like that that are just out of what God designed.
Yeah, and I think we're just afraid.
I think what you need to do is stop being promiscuous. That's what you need to stop doing. And that's the problem with our sisters right now. They're following the ways of Canaan. Y'all need to stop doing that shit, man. Stop following these people. For God's sakes, man. Wake the hell up. Sirach 16:1. Desire not a multitude of unprofitable children, neither delight in ungodly sons. Though they multiply, rejoice not in them, except the fear of the Lord be with them. And I'm going to tell you this right now, family. I have a little daughter. Yeah, she's aggressive. She's like me. So I don't want to destroy the spirit. So you got to be mindful and balanced. And I'm telling you, fam, you got to discern the spirit. So if you're a good father, if you're a good leader, you're going to understand the people that are with you. and you're gonna adjust yourself to them. You don't destroy them. You use them. You let them grow into what their strength is, but at the same time, you know that some of it needs to be polished as hell, man. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Canaan does not know about that. Or they're gonna say we're just donkeys and Issacharites, and we don't know any better. I don't know. Yeah, Christianity has made men look like a joke. You see all these Christian channels and these geek look weak, man. I know for a fact, bro. Because, like, for example, my brother-in-law, yeah, I don't care if you're watching, well, then you're going to hear it, bro. His wife takes care of him. And supposedly they're Christians. And his wife is a gringo. Oh, bro. Oh, man, I saw that, bro. I saw that. The little girl, there was a little, like a 5-year-old birthday party and shit. That was nasty. Oh, wait, well, hold on a second. Well, no, actually, I don't want to do that. I want to get off the topic. Now, you know what? I will. How many time we got? We got 2 hours in, man. Let's go. What time is it? 7. Oh, it's still early. Shit, man. You guys are having. Oh, my bad. I know you guys have Sabbath today, bro. I don't have Sabbath today. You know, I do. Oh, I am gonna do a class coming up. I think it'll Sunday this weekend or Monday on the lunar, all the days and all the high holy days. And I'm gonna prove to you guys that the dark moon is the actual first day of the month. And yes, I'm also gonna show you how we got off, and there's certain things that are changing, and it's difficult to track, but you know what? You're going to do your best, man. You got to do your best. Anyways, this is kind of an inside joke, and I want to prove this to y'all. Listen, for example, the squatters, this girl is squatting right now, and I mean, she is squatting, and it's really nasty, family. It's really nasty, but this is the followers of Donald J. Poo-Poo Trump. They took it off. Let's go.
President Trump, if you see this, please save us.
Watch the fire.
I don't even see our American flag anymore. Biden's talking with some kind of crazy flag. This is America. This is our land. Please, President Trump. Please, I hope you have a plan. God, please save us. Save us from the devil, please. Y'all, I'm about to have a panic attack. This is our country. Our country. This is awful. God, please save us, please.
Oh, yes, she is. Yo, check it. Hold on. Right? No. I'm not dumb, bro. That's why it's like, dude, it's so funny, man. You know what? I love this, man. As a matter of fact, let me go here. I don't care who it is, man. It doesn't matter to me. But I know for a fact who we are, and I know who they are. So it's time to make jokes.
The nickname for The Apprentice, if you're a boom operator on that show, is the shit show. Because he'd shit himself publicly. Remember I told you about the words like arbitrage? Yeah. So if he saw a word he didn't like and he couldn't pronounce, which is basically any 3-syllable word, he would freak out and he'd fly into a rage, and then it would let loose. And you would hear it. He's profoundly incontinent, bro. I'm talking like a minute-long evacuation of his bowels.
He's a cartoon character.
Yeah, no, in full audio. Like, you know, imagine the guy's got a lavalier. There's some dude like this being like, I just heard that guy shit himself for 5 minutes.
So what?
And the reason for that is, I used to do a lot of cocaine. Cocaine has laxative. Stimulants have laxative, you know? So it's a combination of like 30 years of stimulant abuse and eating nothing but McDonald's, because all he eats is cheeseburgers and then meatloaf at night. So he's got 40 pounds of undigested meat in his colon, and he's basically feeding diuretics all day long. That's what stimulants are. They create water in your guts, you know, in your intestines.
Even a coffee, you need to go to the bathroom.
Exactly. So imagine snorting your coffee and like 6 months worth of Big Macs down there, and then you fly into a rage. So you just lose control.
So the first time like he shits his pants, Laura, did you have a question?
Yeah, but let's finish up the shitting in his pants.
Okay.
Yeah. So I remember it like it was yesterday. You don't forget your first kiss and the first time you see Donald Trump shit his pants. And it was on the set of SNL. It was Studio 8H, that thing you watch every Saturday night. That's where the first fake boardroom was built. And they were doing a run through, and arbitrage was the word. And he pointed at the cue cards and said, "You guys are fucking setting me up." He curses like crazy. Right. And then, you know what I mean? Then the fucking sound. And you're like, that didn't just happen. And they're like, "Oh, it happened." And it's like, "Okay, stand down." And then Keith Schiller, who's his big bodyguard, come and gets him, and they change him out in the host dressing room. They have to take him up these little stairs, so that's how you see him walking. I don't know if you know that set, but
it's right behind Chris. I think. Chris has it as a background in the image. I think.
Right on. Oh, is that what you are? Oh, what is that?
I think it's one. Is that one of the boards?
Supposed to be. It's
I'm
you and I.
Yeah.
So wait, so do you smell it? Does he just smell like?
Yeah, you smell it. Oh, he smells like shit all the time anyway, because he doesn't brush his teeth. Those are like dentures and shit. So, and he's too arrogant to like take care of himself. If you watch him as president giving speeches, you'll see him lined up with people, like when he was doing the coronavirus stuff. And if you see him turn and talk to somebody, you'll see that person recoil just slightly. You know what I mean? You know when people have really bad breath and it like hits you in the face.
Yeah.
That his breath is bad, dude. Right. Like a fishing boat in July. Like.
So wait, is he tanning or is it self tanner?
No, it's Bronx number 5 is the name of the company. It's
Proverbs 14:13. Even in laughter, the heart is sorrowful, and the end of the mirth is heaviness. Yeah, I know, man. Why you ruining it, bro?
It's Swiss something. It's like Swiss Arts. It's a Swiss company. They make it, and it's called Bronx Concealer number 5. And it's made by a Swiss company, and he puts it on himself.
Oh, so
and he does it, and he does his hair. Nobody does it for him.
Well,
yeah, exactly. And it takes like an hour to do the hair. That's why he has executive time. He wakes up in the morning. He doesn't get to the Oval Office till noon. He wakes up, cups
This is
some
who they
lines,
want to vote
he
for
takes
again, by the
benzos to
way.
come down, Valium. That's why some days you see him.
No, listen, family. I'm showing this because this is who they want to vote for. Like this, they know that this is going on. Matter of fact, he did a live. Trump did a live one time, and he says, "Do you want me to do it?" And he made it seem like he took a dump right there in front of everybody, bro. They don't care, man. These people are infatuated with poop, Trump, bump.
He can't pronounce shit, and he's got mush mouth.
Right.
That's from the benzos. He's cutting the tweaking with benzos. So if he travels, benzos are Valium, Xanax, that family, benzodiazepine. So he's cutting the stimulants with benzos, So like I used to work with Crosby, Stills, and Nash. I've woken up dudes that like spent up all night doing coke, and then they took a bunch of benzos at 4 a.m, and you're trying to wake them up to go somewhere at noon. It's a long process. So that's what I tell people. Like Trump's executive time, he doesn't make it to the Oval Office till noon on a good day. Most days he doesn't even go down there. A normal president would be down there at 7 a.m. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
he's recovering.
that's the dysfunction, right? He's waking up slowly. He's tweeting. He's watching Fox News, and then he's putting on the stuff. He's doing the hair. It takes an hour, and then they strap him into the girdle. He can't do the girdle himself.
So wait, they help him into it?
Yeah, and that's how I saw it because I walked by a room and they were lacing up the back, and it's hard.
La mayor vidente de Colombia.
It's like fucking Frankenstein. If you saw that guy without his hair, if the world saw him, he wouldn't be president tomorrow. Even his staunchest supporters.
Yeah. Eventually it gets boring. Anyways, look, listen to this. I want to show this to y'all real quick because she said this years ago, and look what's going to happen. You're going to find out, and it's going to probably pain y'all. Let's go.
La mayor vidente de Colombia dice que Trump regresa, pero lo que dice luego es fuerte.
¿Trump va a quedar en el poder o entraría otro en la contienda?
Trump vuelve y toma el poder. Definitivamente, yo siempre dije que él iba a tomar 2 términos. Él va a servir 2 términos. Hablé hace mucho tiempo atrás que él daba el inicio a la Tercera Guerra Mundial. Él va a ver la Tercera Guerra Mundial. Él va a recibir el país en un estado que no va a ser posible restaurarlo. Y vamos a ver la invasión de China y sus aliados en suelo americano.
El próximo año.
2025 es el ataque.
Okay.
Pero es que nosotros ya estamos en Tercera Guerra Mundial.
¿Por la guerra Rusia-Ucrania o la de Palestina-Israel?
El mundo entero está en Tercera Guerra Mundial. ¿Tú piensas que el COVID es casualidad? El COVID es ataque biológico. Las pandemias, la que viene ahorita, en los próximos meses, es un ataque biológico. El tema de la devaluación, de la económico, financiero del mundo, es una guerra fría.
Cold War. All right, check this out. Now we're going to touch on a very important topic here. Let's continue. I got something to show you after, but you know what, man? This is going to drive us this way, then I'll bring it back to where we're at before, okay? If you guys want to hit up the link, man, link up, bro. I don't know. We got scared for him, shit. You know, muerdo, way. Hit the link. I will be revealed. We say, so what? We already know an invasion is coming. That's why Hampton needs to separate. Yeah, I know that, bro. But, you know, not everybody knows, dude. Another way. Tapures. I need. Oh, okay. All right. Hold up. Hold it. All right. Call in. Go ahead. Call in. Here, I'll bring you on. Here, I'll call in. Let me see. Hold on. Let me connect to Bluetooth and shit real quick. Hold up a second. I have a pretty cool system, fam. You guys can call my phone and I can bring you on and shit. Yeah, I do. You know, my little paisa ass knows some shit, man. Y'all don't even know. Nah, I'm just kidding. Hold on a second, bro. Hold on. Yeah, go ahead and try it. Hold on. Go ahead and try it. Not right now. Try it now, man. Try to call me right now. Well, if anybody has my number, you guys could try to call. I'll try to put like a whole, you know, what do you call it? Can I do it? I don't think I can. Anyways, a ver, güey, te voy a hablar ahorita, güey. All right, there you go. All right, can you hear me? Hold on a second. Hey, can you hear me? Hello, 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 hello. How come we can't hear it, bro? Hold on a second. I think I know what's going on. Hold on. Give me a second. System, Bluetooth. Yeah, I got it paired, I guess, on that end. Nah, you should be connected, dude. Hey, can you hear me? Yeah, you can hear me, huh? Okay, hold up. Man, that chupas, bro. I don't know why I can't hear you here. I don't think I have you blocked. Hold on, not that one. No, not that one either. I thought that would work, but I guess it didn't. That didn't work either. Oh man, that sucks, bro. Let me try to fix it. I'll call you back. All right, so I couldn't do it. Hey, that sucks. Let's go. Hold on. Oh, by the way, this is important, family, because you know what? You're about to find out certain similarities in here, and then I'm going to pause it. Let's go.
I think that we have become increasingly isolated over a long period of time. I would not attribute it exclusively to Netanyahu's dominance of the policymaking arena in Washington. We have to go back and look at the last 30 years and the trouble that we have caused in many cases on a regional basis in Europe as well as in the Middle East to understand why our supposed partners and allies are increasingly silent and walking away from us. And now, of course, with Europe in turmoil, thanks to the economic policies directed at Russia that failed miserably, you add that to the situation in the Middle East where any of the Muslim states that had previously worked with us are now completely unwilling to do so. You have almost a global disaster. Certainly every.
Do you hear what he's saying? Almost a global disaster. At the same time, these guys are playing these stupid games. This is why I know Canaan is not sufficient in the art of war, at least in this time. That's why we don't need to fall for the stupidity. This guy right here, I want to be you. I want to be you. They want to be everybody, fam. So in reality, this is not really something to worry about. Right here. I want to be you. I want to be you. They're Spaniards, they're Russians, they're Indians, they're French, they're Italians, they're natives, they're Palestinians, they're Mexicans, they're everything. Oh, they're Moors. Oh, well.
Everyone in Latin America Africa, in the Far East, no one really.
AI is going to be replacing over 300 million jobs in the next few years. But what
is pleased with us or the way we do business. And we continue to insist that that's not true, but it is.
Well, can you put your finger on one or two or three causes of this? Is it our unbridled support for Israel and the perception that it is engaged in indiscriminate slaughter? Is it our, going back to George W. Bush and Dick Cheney, view of American exceptionalism? Is it the $2 trillion we spent killing people in Afghanistan and Iraq, supposedly to bring Western democracy there?
Now,
I think you're describing our foreign policy, which essentially amounts to playing risk with democracy.
yeah, for some reason, man, I couldn't unmute. I don't know why. No idea why it does that to me sometimes. But what I was saying was, well, I wasn't really saying much because I was trying to mute. I liked what he was talking about right here. Watch what he says right here. All right, watch.
Is it the $2 trillion we spent killing people in Afghanistan and Iraq, supposedly to bring West?
So that right there, is it the $2 trillion that they spent killing in Afghanistan and Iraq, supposedly to bring Western democracy? Now, family, you know, there was a time where marijuana wasn't legal here. Remember that? And do you remember back in the 90s or 80s that they went to war against Mexico, Central, and South America to get rid of marijuana? Remember that? Right? Yeah. Do you know how many people of our brothers and sisters died from that whole concept of them killing supposedly narcos because they didn't want marijuana to be in their country, but yet now marijuana is being sold at every almost fucking corner in the street. So I trip out on this. Like, you spend a lot of money going over there and killing them, and you spend a lot of money killing us. You said because of drugs. Yet the marijuana consumption is a $1 billion consumption here in the States and not in Mexico, not in Central or not in South America. Coke, same thing. Fentanyl, same thing. But you go to our people's homes and kill them. Spend millions and billions of dollars, supposedly, because you're anti-drug. When are you guys going to wake up, fam? How long or how many things did it have to take for you to understand that voting, simulation, it ain't going to work? How come you don't come back to your roots? Why don't you come back to your laws? How come you don't come back to your father? Why is that complicated for y'all? Man, come on.
Western democracy there?
Well, I think you're describing our foreign policy, which essentially amounts to playing risk with democracy. That everything we do is, at least in theory, designed to promote liberal democracy wherever it does not exist, to go to quote unquote
parts of the
ungoverned spaces that impose order and ultimately liberal democracy. Well, all of these have failed miserably. And ultimately, over time, people say, well, why are you really where you are? Why are you in Iraq? Why are you in Syria? Why are you in Lebanon? Why are you in Libya? It doesn't make any difference. Why are you interested in what's happening in Taiwan? There are no armies prepping to invade Taiwan. There's no interest in Taiwan or China in a war with anybody. All of this revolves around an ideological construct that views the world through the lens of democracy, the way the Bolsheviks viewed the world through the lens of communism. And ultimately, like the Bolsheviks, we've taken a position that anything we do is morally justified. And that certainly is the position that Mr. Netanyahu has taken, and we have eagerly adopted it.
Let's bore down a little bit. Since you and I last spoke, the Security Council of the United Nations voted 13 in favor, 1 against, since it was the U.S., it was effectively a veto, and 1 abstention on calling for a ceasefire in Gaza. The abstention, of course, was the Brits, who you know better than I will always do what we ask them to do. The U.S. explanation for vetoing this was, why give Hamas a chance to regroup? How does that play in the international arena?
If you look at the actions that have been taken, look at the words that have been spoken, and you are an Arab, a Turk, an Iranian who live somewhere in the Near East, North Africa, you conclude the following. All of us are effectively animals, subhuman. We all deserve the worst. And we are in a war today against Israel that is not anything like the wars that have been fought in the past. This is not 1973 or 67. This is not a short-term expedient to either expand the country or, for that matter, to simply have more defensible borders, which Israel has always wanted and every nation state does. This is now, in the minds of Arabs, Turks, and Iranians, a war for Jewish supremacy in the Middle East. Full stop. That's the war. If you are in our way, you die. There's no compromise. There is no negotiation, and there will be none. Anyone who does not succumb to our power, who does not ultimately submit to what we want, is the enemy and will be destroyed. Now, this is enabled by the United States. Let there be no doubt about it. Remember, most of us in the United States, I include myself in this category, are very sympathetic to the Israeli state.
Hi, I'm Dawn, and
But that meaning they do favors for them. So we see the continuous affection towards each other. It doesn't stop. So that's why I keep talking about blood politics, man. Why do some people matter more than others? Like, I'll give you an example. This is how crazy this society in America is getting, okay? Watch this real quick. They're even attacking some of these people here. Watch. Funny, man. This is nuts, bro. I'm like, wow.
This man, look at him.
Does he look white to you? Rihanna and T.I. are probably lighter than this man. This is Sultan bin Said. He was the king of Oman for 50 years. I grew up with people from the Middle East, all the way from Iran to Iraq to Syria to Lebanon, Palestine, etc. I never met a single person from the Middle East who identifies as white. The Middle Eastern ethnic makeup is very easy to explain with some basic anthropology. We know that the ancient Arabs who were nomads living in this area and also this area were black. The desert can get up to 120 degrees Fahrenheit or 50 degrees Celsius during the summer. But the Middle East is a junction point. Look at the map. This is Africa, Europe, Asia. And the Middle East is a meeting point of travelers, traders, and crusaders and all kinds of people. The Arabs can therefore not be ethnically pure in a region like the Middle East. They would move into the towns, meet Turkish women, maybe crusaders from Europe or what have you, intermarry, and over time produce this lighter complexion. To clarify, the original Arabs were black African, yes, but today Arab would be multi-ethnic with different complexions of, let's say, brown. Now, there is this narrative being spread by Dr. Umar and others that Arabs are white, Arabs are invaders of Africa, Arabs are natural enemies of African people. There is nothing I have experienced with Middle Eastern people so far, all the way from Iran to, let's say, North Africa, that would validate that claim. There can be racism in the Middle East. However, I would suggest it's not so much about skin color. It is more that sub-Saharan Africans tend to be poor, and the Middle East can be very capitalistic. And if you are poor, you get a worse treatment. The same with Indians in UAE, for example. I think there's a lot of ignorance going on in the Afrocentric community. I also think there's a little bit of projection, kind of like we are afraid of the West, so we will attack the Arabs instead.
They got tired of trying to mess with us. They're like, no, we can't mess with them. Hey, by the way, this is that video, bro. Like, it's really sad, man. It's really sad. This is really sad right here. But you know what? This is your people. So you guys need to fix this problem. I don't want to play it. Matter of fact, I'll even here. Let me turn it off. Look, they're singing this song. Look, and then I don't know. Come on, man. What's wrong with you guys, man? I don't even want to play this, bro. This is horrible. It's just horrible. I want to realize some real terrorism. Let me show you something real quick. We're almost done. We're almost done, family. I'm almost done. Listen to this real quick.
When Russia drops bombs on built-up areas in Ukraine, I have no doubt that the people in Ukraine underneath the bombs are terrorized. It's a form of terrorism. When the US NATO bombed Afghanistan for 20 years and killed several hundred thousand and displaced millions, they were terrorizing the people. A UN survey showed that US NATO bombardments of civilians in Afghanistan, 45% of the people killed were children. When the US killed over 1 million civilians in Iraq, was that terrorism? When Israel terrorizes the Palestinian people every day, is that terrorism? When France and the UK and others armed the Saudi UAE to commit genocide in Yemen, where the UN said that over 400,000 are dead and 16 million are starving because of a genocide being carried out with the support of the US, the UK, France and several European states, is that terrorism? When he's going to wake up and start living in the real world?
Yeah, like this right here. You know what I mean? Like a little matter of genocide, right? I find it so funny, man. You know what? All of this is happening because you're going to be reminded of this shit. You know, for a long time, you fucking gringos here. I'm going to tell you that. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Damn it. I'm not sorry. For a long time, you guys been talking shit about deporting us and all this crap. And look at the real illegal aliens, the squatters, the occupiers. Remember the law. The international law says if they cannot handle control of an occupied territory, then they are the invaders. I'm reading your law. I'm not, this ain't no tyranny or treason. I'm reading your law. Your law says that if you come and occupy a territory and you don't have control of it, then you then become an invader. You came in this town, this continent, use religious dictation with with state diagrams to confiscate a territory that was never yours. And you did it with hacking people and burning them alive. And yeah, you did all that. You're part of it because you know what? You're no different than the Spaniards because you're benefiting from them. And guess what? All of these throwing over shipboards and all that stuff, you Negroes can have it. At the end of the day, we know the truth now. And I know how many people left. Oh, that burns some spirits. I love it, man. I love it when people leave. They come in a bunch, they stick around, and then it really burns them. Pues aguántate, güey. Let me just finish it off real quick, man. And then I'm done. I even wonder why. Anyway, I'm not going to say that. Isaiah 59, verse 14. It says, and judgment is turned away backwards, and justice standeth afar off. For truth is fallen in the streets, and equity cannot enter. That means the people don't hear well. Yea, truth faileth, because you don't hear well. And he that departed from evil maketh himself a prey, because you want to be evil. And the Lord saw it, and it did please him that there was no judgment, because even though he sends people like so-called myself, shares with you who Habakkuk is, but you don't care. Or, hey, listen, man, you guys need to really, really, watch out for what's going on. No, man, I don't want to hear it. You guys are rejected, bro. You guys are rejected. Jeremiah 9:5. And they will deceive everyone his neighbor, and will not speak the truth. They have taught their tongue to speak lies and weary themselves to commit iniquity. Because that's all I've been finding. When I dig deeper, I realize, man, you guys haven't been teaching none of these people anything at all. I'm gonna leave you guys with a video. Little positive message, because he talks about one thing and then I'll end it then. This guy's not Mexican. He's from Japan, but he grew up in Mexico. So shalom family, have a good night. But I'm about to finish. All right, there's a message in here. If you guys get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. I'll continue with this class, I guess this segment maybe another day. I hope you guys stay well, stay strong, family, and thank you for being here. Sorry, I wish I had more, but I'm kind of getting tired. Anyways, listen to this.
Es más rico que toda Sudamérica junta por esta razón.
Esto es Mate con México.
Muy buenas noches a todos. En verdad me siento muy honrado el poder tomar la palabra en este recinto legislativo, dado que yo soy hijo de unos inmigrantes japoneses que tuvieron la visión, la dicha de escoger este hermoso país y que con moldes japoneses me hicieron aquí en México. Soy de fabricación japonesa, pero orgullosamente hecho en México. Esto me dio la gran oportunidad de vivir en un hogar netamente japonés, con idioma, costumbres, tradiciones japonesas y lógicamente desarrollarme en el medio nacional. Somos empresarios desde los 20 años. Empezamos con una pequeña fábrica de juguetes inflables, salvavidas, pelotas de playa, y con orgullo les puedo decir que en mi juventud nos atrevimos a construir los 5 aros olímpicos de la Olimpiada de México, que eran unas salvavidotas de 25 metros de diámetro cada una, las cuales se inflaron con helio y que ese 12 de octubre del 68 se soltaron en el todavía cielo azul de la Ciudad de México. Y actualmente estamos dirigiendo la empresa Yakult, que gracias al consumo de muchos de ustedes estamos vendiendo más de 3.500.000 frasquitos diarios. Pero miren, para tener una empresa de calidad, una familia de calidad, una institución de calidad, un país de calidad, lo primero que tenemos que hacer es empezar con nosotros
Listen to this part, man.
mismos y con nuestra gente de ir formando hombres de calidad total. Lo primero que tenemos que hacer es empezar con nosotros mismos y con nuestra gente de ir formando hombres de calidad total. Lo primero que tenemos que hacer es empezar con nosotros mismos y con nuestra gente de ir formando hombres de calidad total. Y para ello se necesitan seguir 4 pasos. El primer paso es del bien ser, del ser puntuales, del ser honestos, del ser disciplinados, del ser trabajadores, del ser estudiosos. El segundo paso es el bien hacer. Todo lo que hagas, hazlo bien desde un principio. Si te vas a levantarte, hazlo bien. Si te vas a bañar, hazlo bien. Si te vas a despedir de tu pareja, de tus hijos, hazlo bien como si hoy fuera el último día que lo vas a poder hacer. Abrázalos, bésalos, dales lo mejor de ti. Si vas a trabajar, hazlo bien. Si vas a estudiar, hazlo bien. Si vas a jugar fútbol, hazlo bien. Métele 4 goles a la Argentina al menos. Y si en la noche van a hacer el amor, también háganlo bien. Y las personas que dan más de lo que reciben a sus hijos, a su familia, a su sociedad, van a sentir el tercer paso, que es el bienestar, que es sinónimo de felicidad. Y ojalá todos terminemos todos los días y antes de entrar a descansar, sintiendo este bienestar, que es sinónimo de felicidad, porque dimos lo mejor de nosotros todos los días a la sociedad, y eso nos hace sentir un bienestar. Y las personas que siguen estos 3 pasos, del bien ser, bien hacer y bienestar, tarde o temprano llegan a tener el bien tener.
Have a good night, family. Shalom, man. All right. I'll talk to you guys next week or maybe Sunday.
Muero porque toques el cielo, pero no el suelo, así que créetelo. Quítate el velo velozmente, bro. Vívete tu sueño, pero despierta a la hora que toca. Que esa hora, motherfucker, wake up.
Yo me meo en tu cubata antes. Bebo, matar ratas, son tan. Vaya al bosque a lo Tarzán mientras enlazan. Fraternidad en casa con su polo, colisteras trenan. Te han dejado en el desván de su pensar un mar de ideas. Son grandes ideas ardiendo en chimeneas antiguas. Ríe Dios al ver que te santiguas. Su mente y su luz son ambiguas como mi voz. Lo que para ti es un don, para mí una misión fija. Mis versos son de ninja, tu poesía pa' pijas. Que no te fijan, que hay más allá del cristal.
La matriz hipnotiza.
Mi energía os hace trizas. Yo en mi nave nodriza, comiendo pizza con piña, moldeo taroides, vórtices. Con mi mente arbores, gente junto con isesimilos. Para crear pegasos en nace, pero cánticos lemurianos me hacen sentir como en mi hogar. La noche se avecina y se afilan colmillos de vampiras psíquicas. Frecuencias del malestar las alimentan. Nuestro deber es tenerlas raquíticas. Bazofias espaciales latada con la función del sol central, causando desinformaciones bíblicas. Todo lo existente es relativo, o al menos la materia que te describo. Soy antipersonas como las minas y mino. La moral del que venga a negar lo que digo con la mira puesta en su ombligo. Si me retiro del partido que sea como Figo. Conocidos en me la pela en verdad. Si en mi barrio me conocen más que tú a tu enamorada. No hay payasos, solo en anémonas. Gárgola Andrómeda eres. Conserva tus células primigenias o no podrás volar. El virus se llevó a unos cuantos, pero el ego a más. Se elevó el más a la opulencia. Digo, ciencia de vaso y Satanás en el espejo. Jesucristo, la conciencia del flow. La tierra y su paz están vibrando. Los sentimientos son la trampa que están manejando. Los hilos de los cuales tú y tu ego estáis medio colgándonos. Que yo sea un superdotado, ni tú un tonto. Solo lo que tú sabes de mierda yo sobre el cosmos. Que lo estudio y profundamente sano me lo tomo. Si no ya hubiera ido a visitar al doctor. Porque no soy devoto, mucho menos un santo. Yo jamás puedo, pero dale que asalto. Cuando en verdad sé que tendría que sudarme todo la polla. Pero pienso que hay que vivir por algo. Que en el letargo cure lo enfermo. Sabor amargo, remedio eterno. Me pregunto a toda esa gente que le he hecho. Y canalizo desde el cielo un verbo al cielo.
quiero pensar, pero no puedo, no. El ruido en la ciudad está consumiendo, Quieren pensar sin ni siquiera estar al mando. Tanta publicidad subliminal te está matando. Les cuesta decidir por sí mismos cuál es su mando. Publican sonrisas con el corazón llorando. Quieren brillar, pero sin tener que valerse de tener sus ideas propias. Los veo a todos igual, solo son la réplica de la imitación de una triste copia. Obedece, la vida es un suspiro y envejeces. Te dejas distraer por estupideces y pierdes el eje. Te duele por dentro, entonces te creces, pero aceptas mucho menos de lo que mereces.
¿Y quién te ha dicho a ti que no puedes pensar sobre lo que decís, sobre cómo actuar? Lucha por ser feliz sin a nadie dañar y solo así podrás brillar. ¿Y quién te ha dicho a ti que no puedes pensar sobre lo que decís, sobre cómo actuar? Lucha por ser feliz sin a nadie dañar y solo así podrás brillar. Conserva tu juicio y tu intuición, más activos que el que lucha por lo suyo y no se rinde. Yo ya sé bien cuál es mi misión, y es contarte que el mal por su propio pie pronto se extingue. No caigas bajo su control, pues por la televisión es normal que mal lo pinten. Tú mantente firme en conexión con la fuente de creación, vivirás siempre de fin de. Dios abre los ojos, dime lo que ves. A tus propios hijos matándose por billetes. Niños mueren cada 2 por 3. Pa' unos es bendición, con otros por su causa pequen. Y yo que intento ser un ser crístico, voy bendiciendo hasta los diablos. Piensan que es cierto el mensaje típico. Dicen que invento lo del engaño, y mientras lucho contra mis errores, demonios escucho, me ofrecen soluciones. Pero sé que hay un ángel que quiere que mejore. Me dice haz un trabajo interno antes de que lo ignores, antes que otra vez llores y se llenen los mares de pena y de dolores, ya que en mi mente no caben. La paz no va en un sobre, somos algo importante. Nunca te revelaste y por eso no lo sabes. ¿Y quién te ha dicho a ti que no puedes pensar sobre lo que decís, sobre cómo actuar? Lucha por ser feliz sin a nadie dañar y solo así podrás brillar. ¿Y quién te ha dicho a ti que no puedes pensar sobre lo que decís, sobre cómo actuar? Lucha por ser feliz sin a nadie dañar y solo así podrás brillar. Me desperté tan cansado, me sentía mal herido de todo lo que he pasado. No me quita lo aprendido, por dentro me he perdonado, pero casi no me olvido. Me desperté tan cansado, me sentía mal herido de todo lo que he pasado. No me quita lo aprendido, por dentro me he perdonado, pero casi no me olvido, no. Todos repiten lo que dice el referente. Discursos vacíos lejos de ser coherentes. De lo que no sabes será mejor que no inventes.
Ical, hijo, abre los ojos. Tu cuerpo se queda con nosotros, pero tu espíritu debe seguir. Busca la luz. Aléjate de las sombras. Deja que nuestro dolor sea tu fuerza. Desde aquí iluminamos tu camino. nosotros ante esta pena tan grande. Yo soy tú eres yo. La muerte que hoy nos separa, mañana volverá a unirnos. Eres libre, hijo.